Today's video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakurako.
Come in.
Hey there. So, yeah, I had an appointment with Bandai Namco rep. I think they go by the name, I think it was Hugh Jass.
Yeah, I'm Hugh Jass. What do you want?
Oh, yeah, so I just had a couple of questions in regards to Tenkaichi 4. Have you heard of it?
Sir, Tenkaichi 4? What are you talking about?
Okay, maybe I can make this a little bit easier. It was recently announced at Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour earlier this year, kind of around March. Ring any bells? Is that a Germex bottle? Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am back at it again with another Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 video. Let's talk about some stuff, okay? Some recent findings as well as sort of a funny little interaction I had with Bandai Namco, okay? Now, before I go any further, I wasn't like in full contact, like person to person, face to face, you know, with somebody from Bandai. This was just a ticket that you could send in yourself in order to see, you know, what's going on with certain games, or if you have like an issue. It's just mainly like a support ticket, right? I'm sure you guys have done it before, especially for games like Xenoverse 2, maybe some other Bandai game that you played. Like I said, it is available for you guys to do, but I tried to be a little bit pushy, and I was getting a little bit funny and silly with it, and I just wanted to see what they would say if you ask them about the new Tenkaichi game. Because as you guys know, this was announced basically over 6 months ago, okay? It turned, the teaser, the official announcement of it turns 6 months old, I guess, at the beginning of this month, okay? It was like the first week, I believe, of March, we had that teaser go up, and there has not been a single crumb of information that has dropped other than them, you know, saying the official announcement was there and available on the website. And it's kind of like, you know, slapped on the front page or whatever. Now, they took down the original stream where it was showed, which is weird, but they re-uploaded it. So, I mean, if you go on the official site, it says that it's not available, but I'm pretty sure you could just search it. It's on the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour official YouTube page or whatever, and it is also on the official Twitter pages, okay? Now, an official Bandai Namco account has not uploaded an HD, you know, trailer of this, okay? All we have is just the ones that people recorded, you know, themselves and re-uploaded, right? It's all over YouTube. So let's talk about this email that I sent in first, okay? I'm just gonna tell you right now, obviously, you know, the information on here is nothing major, but I just want to show you guys what the response was because I thought it was kind of funny, okay? So first and foremost, okay, let's just read what I entered. This was a few days ago, right? I just wanted to see what they would say. And I read this back, and what I said in this, like, you know, ticket that I sent in this email, I sound like a little shit, dude. Like, I'm like a pushy little bastard. Like, just watch, okay? So I say, hi there. I wanted to see if anyone at Bandai would happen to have any info in regards to the new Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi game, okay? Now, keep in mind, I say Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi. That's it. I don't call it Tenkaichi 4 because, once again, to reiterate, that is not the official name. That's been a fan-made title. People have been calling it so far since it got announced because all they called it is the new Sparking game or the new Budokai Tenkaichi game. Okay, we know it's part of the main line, right? So I said, in regards to the new Budokai Tenkaichi game that was announced earlier this year at Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour in March of 2023. I tried to specify so that they know exactly what I'm talking about. I even attached a picture, which I believe was just random shot of Goku going Super Saiyan Blue. You guys know how it is. So this is where it gets silly, okay? I just don't give a fuck. At this point, I'm trying to fish for as much information as possible, knowing full damn well they won't give me anything, right? But I just wanted to see, right? So I say, has the game's title been revealed? Obviously, it hasn't. Why would I be asking this, right? Has the developer been revealed yet? Okay. Now that I think is a little bit more, I mean, that's still kind of like, you know, pushy or whatever. But keep in mind the, you know, Jujutsu Kaisen game got an announcement, got a trailer, and it even showed who the developer was, which is Viking, right? Okay, this game got its announcement, but this was like the smallest teaser, nothing else with it. All we know is that it's part of, you know, something that's being published by Bandai Namco, and that's it. That's all we know. So I also said this, will this game be on PS5 and PS4? Any additional info would be appreciated greatly if possible, right? Okay, so yes, I know, very stupid email. You know for a fact the response is gonna be basically nothing, right? So let's just read their response, because like I said, it's just kind of funny how all this kind of transpired the other day. Like I said, you guys can do this yourself, but I'm sure you'll get the same type of response. Now keep in mind, I don't know if this Bandai Namco support team or whoever is talking here is actually a real person or if it's a bot. I really can't tell you. Sometimes they say things that sound, you know, real specific and everything, and it sounds like, okay, this could legitimately be a real person. But sometimes they'll say shit that's like, you know, really generic, and everybody would get like a similar email, right? So they responded back, greetings. And this is the thing, they respond back very quickly. I would say maximum 1 day to 2 days that they'll, you know, get back to you, right? So they say, thanks for reaching out to us. This is GM Usagi from Bandai Namco Entertainment America Player Experience Team. I will be assisting you today. I understand that you are inquiring about the newly announced Budokai Tenkaichi game, okay? See? So they know what I'm talking about at least, right? So they say, we appreciate your time and effort for reaching out to us, but unfortunately, as part of the player experience team, we don't really have much information about the release dates and developers, okay? So I wasn't really fishing for release date necessarily. I just wanted to know, obviously, title, okay, an official title or something, you know, something about it, which that is really pushing it. Like, obviously, you know, there's no way you're going to get that from some, you know, support ticket team, right? Okay, I bet the developers don't even know what the title is yet, right? But yeah, the developer is kind of big, okay? That's really important because we did see to what I think is actual gameplay. Okay, an actual gameplay, or maybe it's like some cinematic that they have, you know, something that's developed by whatever team. There's been a lot of speculation that it's still going to be Spike, which would be Spike Chunsoft these days, right? So I think that's, you know, pretty reasonable. But they did say this, please do keep out on a lookout on our various social media platforms for news and updates about the game that will come out in the future. Also, I strongly recommend following the Dragon Ball Games Twitter for specific updates. So, I mean, this is at least, you know, this is an obvious thing. You want to make sure you follow this page, right? But ever since this page got made, which was pretty recently, if you guys haven't already followed the official, it's just at Dragon Ball Games page, go ahead and do that because they do post information, you know, a lot earlier in this, not a lot, but like, you know, earlier in a sense than if YouTube, their YouTube channel uploaded it or whatever. Sometimes they even post stuff that doesn't even get uploaded to the YouTube channel. It could be small clips because the Twitter is real flexible, okay? YouTube, you can only, you know, obviously upload videos, okay? And they tend to be longer videos, okay? Dragon Ball Games, you know, official page. So make sure you follow that, right? So that's good because they even said right here, strongly recommend following the Dragon Ball Games Twitter. So like I said, that's pretty obvious. I think for the most part, we knew how this would go, but I thought it was just funny, kind of interesting just to fish for it. But like I said, for those of you that have probably emailed all this stuff, you know, emailed them in the past or try to get in contact with them, obviously you're not going to really get much, right? So let's move on and let's talk about development and how long this game has potentially been in development for.
Tokyo Treat is a monthly Japanese subscription box where you will get up to 20 of the latest, most exclusive limited edition and seasonal flavored Japanese snacks that are only available in Japan for a limited time, like the Sakura Pepsi, Japanese Sake Kit Kats, and many more. While Sakurako is a monthly Japanese subscription box full of authentic, traditional Japanese snacks from Japan's local artisan snack makers. Both are delivered straight from Japan to your door. Tokyo Treat and Sakurako's boxes come with a different theme every month, keeping things exciting and fresh. If you want to enjoy pop Japanese snacks, you can choose the Tokyo Treat box, but if you want more traditional Japanese treats, you can enjoy Sakurako instead. If you're a bit intimidated on what's included in these boxes, don't worry at all. A booklet is provided within each box explaining every snack included, and there's a lot of informative Japanese culture that you can actually learn from each booklet.
All right, y'all, we got some cool stuff this month. Happy Halloween, okay? It's finally October. We got a nice Pokemon Choco Pie. Y'all check this out. See, it literally says Choco Pie. Let's go. It's got the Pokemon brand on it, you know, maybe licensed by Nintendo. But what I'm really interested in are these, okay? Y'all know I love me my savory. So this is, I believe, a sesame oil and salt chip. Oh, yes, okay. I'm Korean, so I'm a big fan of sesame oil. I put it on everything. Let's try this bad boy. You see this? Nice, simple, tiny chip. You can taste it. It's good, man. Moving on to Sakurako, we have this right here, a yuzu doriyaki. This one right here, yuzu being more of, I believe it's a citrus fruit. It straight up looks like a pancake. Okay, look at that. It's like two pancakes together. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Bro, I'm hyped. That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, it's so good. We got a little bit of this, I believe it's a hojicha tea. You like my cup? All right, final thing here from Sakurako. We have this beautiful tableware, okay? It's I'm assuming some type of like flower autumn ceramic bowl plate thingamajigger. It's beautiful, man. This month's theme for Tokyo Treat is Halloween Snack Haul. Celebrate Halloween with Tokyo Treat's limited Halloween box that is filled with Halloween-inspired snacks, Kit Kat Sweet Potato, Pokemon Halloween Choco Pie, as well as a Koala March Halloween. This month's theme for Sakurako is the Kyoto Crimson Leaves. This month, Sakurako partners with the Kyoto Prefectural Government for a limited edition box design inspired by the beauty of Kyoto's autumn season. Indulge in artisanal delicacies like Kyo no Ame Yuzu Doriyaki and Sakurako Banana White Chocolate. All of this, as always, pairs excellently with the Hojicha tea from Kyoto, and this month's tableware item is the brocade flower dish, which is hand painted by artisans at Bloom.
If you like what you see, use code SLOWS to get $5 off for your first Sakurako box through the link down below in the description, and also to get $5 off for your first Tokyo Treat box, also down in the link in the description below.
All right, guys, so we're gonna get into the trademarks, okay? The trademark detailed information on Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 and how long this game has potentially been in development for. I want to say a big massive shout outs to Creeps, my boy at @rcreeps on Twitter. That's the homie, okay? He contacted me on Discord the other day. I mean, obviously this was like a month ago or whatever, but I wanted to kind of combine all this in this like one video just to get all the information out there for those of you that are just interested in it. So I'm pretty sure this has gone around from other accounts or just other people, and maybe you guys have already seen this, but like I said, I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of when all of this, you know, when this game kind of got all started here, right? So Creep said on Twitter, a reminder that Bandai had trademarked the sparking title in late 2021, meaning that Tenkaichi 4 has likely been in production since late 2020 to mid 2021, okay? Now that's production. I'm talking the beginning stages, okay? The planning stages of everything. That doesn't mean it started development, okay? They probably started actually developing everything, you know, getting the gameplay and all that, whatever, you know, probably a lot more recently, maybe like 2022, et cetera, right? Okay, because the dude that got the game announced or whatever, whoever was the announcer at Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour, he said that the game was still early in development. And that's why it kind of blew my mind that so many people thought that this game was going to come out at the end of this year. But at the same time, I understand why people would say that, because most Dragon Ball games, which I'm going to get into right after this, most of those games would get an announcement usually 1 year before it released. So they'll get their official announcement, and then about a year later, it'll get the actual like official release, okay? That's why we probably haven't seen anything on this game since the, you know, teaser or whatever. And I know a lot of people say, okay, it got announced way too early, yada, yada, yada. You know how many games, you know, get announcements like that? Like Spider-Man, Kingdom Hearts, you know, there are so many games that will get like a teaser, just the official announcement to let you guys know, hey, this game is coming and it's in development, right? And I know some people don't like that, but I'm going to be honest, it's better than being left in the dark for, I don't know, several years without anything. Like, keep in mind, the last game announcement that we got was Dragon Ball The Breakers. And I'm going to be honest, the game is pretty much dead in a sense, okay? Like I said, it has a small community and people will play it and everything, but the interest is not there. It really is not there. It is not appealing to the main group of Dragon Ball fans. A lot of people that started playing the game when it first came out, which I was one included, we had fun with it for a little bit, and I would say within like a month, it kind of died off until new DLC comes out, and it's really dependent on what the DLC is, right? The Ginyu Force, I'm sorry to say, nobody gave a shit about it. Nobody's been talking about it. Nobody really plays it. You know, I'm not saying everyone, because there are people that do play it, and there are a few content creators and everything that are making videos on it, and that's great. You know, if you enjoy the game, enjoy the game. But I'm just saying, compared to Xenoverse, compared to Fighters, Breakers is one of the lowest performing games, and especially for good reason, because it's very lazy, it reuses assets, and all it has going for it is, you know, in a sense, a unique gameplay experience. But even then, like I said, not many people really care to be, you know, humans running away, playing hide and seek with the villains, right? So let's go ahead and move on to what they said here. I'm hoping that the game gets enough time to be as good as it can be. The recent dubbing leaks, which again, that's not confirmed. Those dub link, like the, you know, with Sunny Straight or whatever, it could be Tenkaichi, could be something else. Who really knows, right? Leads me to assume that the game might be in its final year / year and a half of production, but I think they should take as much time as they need, okay? Update, looking at the trademarks of the previous Dragon Ball games, they usually filed them a year before they released. But it's evident that BT4 won't be released for a decent while. This could mean that the game might have been in development for longer than anticipated. So there could have been delays, there could have been, you know, things that happened. Now, keep in mind, this is all speculation from creeps. Obviously, it hasn't been confirmed. We still know nothing about the game. But let's just go over how these trademarks kind of go, right? So Dragon Ball The Breakers, literally, I think like a day or a few days before it got its official announcement, got the trademark, which was a little bit more of a rare, you know, thing that happened, right? And this is probably because maybe, okay, and from what I talk with creeps, okay, maybe Tenkaichi 4 was, you know, was a game that was going to be released around 2022, 2023. Maybe that was the plan. But obviously things in terms of, you know, development and delays and all that could have absolutely occurred because, you know, the project is very ambitious and they probably didn't want to disappoint fans, okay? Because they probably saw like how, like, Dragon Ball The Breakers obviously was, you know, a thing in development, and it's not Dragon Ball The Breakers. I could say like 99% sure that it's not, you know, something that would have hindered Tenkaichi 4's development at all, because Dragon Ball The Breakers is developed by Dibs, okay? Same as Xenoverse 2. Now, Tenkaichi 4, like I said, I doubt it would be Dibs. Dibs doesn't look like a company that would, I mean, maybe they could. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, that's too many projects that they would be taking on, right? Okay, because they're still working on Xenoverse 2, and they're still working on The Breakers, and they even work on Legends as well. Okay, there is development team or whoever is, you know, doing stuff for Legends. So, they got a lot on their plate, right? So, I still think Spike Chunsoft makes the most amount of sense for that, okay? But let's move on over to, for example, Dragon Ball FighterZ, okay? Dragon Ball FighterZ and Kakarot are kind of your main examples of games that got filed a year before they released. June 12th, 2017, okay? Which makes sense because we got the leak and everything, I think in like May, and the official announcement, I believe, was in June for E3 at the Microsoft event, right? Same thing with Kakarot. Look at when the date got, you know, the filing date or whatever for it, or if you want to call it the trademark, June 10th. Okay, once again, in June. What happened in June? E3, right? We did get the official announcement of Kakarot back in January, I think, of 2019. And that was kind of it for a while until we got our first official look in a trailer. Okay, so June 10th. I'm just saying, okay? And it released, you know, a year later. So I'm just saying. That's usually how it goes, right? But that's why Dragon Ball The Breakers is kind of that oddball game where it's like, they probably were like, when are we going to release this? Like when is this going to come out? And that's why Dragon Ball The Breakers didn't get like an E3 thing, right? There was no E3 announcement, or, I mean, I know at this time E3 wasn't going, but it didn't have like a traditional summer, you know, announcement. It got announced in November with a trailer that just randomly dropped out of nowhere. we had the V-Jump leaks before it. I believe it was like a day or the same day that the, trailer went up. They had V-Jump leaks that went live, right? So this is a very, very different, situation in regards to these newer Dragon Ball games, right? Because, like I said, with Tenkaichi 4, that had its filing date, its trademark date, okay, December 24th, 2021. But we didn't get the official announcement, our first announcement, until 2 years later. Maybe like a little, over a year later in March of 2023. So there's definitely something really, really crazy going on behind the scenes that we just don't know. And most likely answer is, obviously it's just taken longer than they anticipated. This is a Tenkaichi, guys. That's a big project. That's a big project, okay? So that was the most popular best-selling Dragon Ball game, if I recall correctly, in terms of the series before Xenoverse, right? Xenoverse, overthrew that when that released. And then, Xenoverse 2 and then Fighters, like all these games nowadays, they're really popular, okay? So when this game releases, I'm pretty sure Tenkaichi 4 is most likely. I think that's going to be the best-selling Dragon Ball game of all time when it actually drops, but we'll see. So when do you guys think this could be releasing? Okay, I still think 2024 is absolutely possible, but I'm seeing it as more as like a late 2024 release, just depending on when the next bit of information drops. Okay, if we don't get on until like mid 2024, then I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see in terms of like the next bit of information, but like I said, we just wait for now. So let me know if you guys thought that this was a kind of interesting video. I personally thought it was, just in terms of how things have, kind of transpired since its trademark. But until then, guys, like, subscribe, ring my notification bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.